Good afternoon, Vanguard players. MCool40 here. It is time for Market Watch. Once again, thanks to Vanguardians for assisting me in a few things that might have gone up in price. You know, every once in a while there's a few things that, I don't know, something will move somewhere, and I wouldn't have considered Petros and Nikki finally getting bought out this week over the last few weeks when they haven't been bought out yet. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. So thanks, Vanguard community. I know a few of you are always commenting, like, why are you asking us for help? Because I can't cover everything. I'm not perfect. So if you guys see something that changes, you know, feel free to share it down in the comments section. That way we can check it out next week to make sure that, you know, we're on top of our game, because we need to be, because we're Vanguard players and getting crit sacked is our game. So guys, come on, show the fat blue man some love. You know, this is one of my favorite segments I get to do every Tuesday over here, besides our infinite playtesting videos, to just kind of make sure that, like, hey, you know, like, this has changed, this has changed, this has changed. No. First thing, we have pre-sale prices for the Gaea of Chaos and Salvation set. Now, I'm going to be completely honest here. This is hit or miss. This is up to you. I don't recommend going down this pre-sale path, but this is just kind of giving you a little bit of a guiding stone here. So, last save points, the first one, TCG players got pre-sales if you want to go in, but I mean, 54 on Deluges, Neo Messiahs, 43s, boxes are 40 shipped to you. Chaos Breaker Crisis is 38, that's a lot. Glue Balls 25, literally, like, if you just want to make sure you have everything. Universe reprints 20s, so forth. Deleter stuff, it's not too bad. Omega Fall Glendios at 15. You know, it's just educating you what's available out there. Cosmo Wreath reprints are 15s. Actually, I really like those. It's not a terrible price. Reprint Chaos Breakers at $8 a piece for the alternate arts. That's not bad at all, considering, like, I think the alternate arts look a little bit better than the older ones, but, you know, we're sticking with the secret. It's not like you play more than 2 or 3 any of it anyway. So, there's that. So, this is just your general guiding stone here. Next up, we're going to quickly jump over to Garmore. Alright, let me guess. Oh, Garmores are still at 50s. These are starting to disappear. There's one SP on the market. We've been following this every single week, and it still surprises me literally every single week as to what's going on with this stupid card. I know many of you have been constantly asking every week if it's worth it for you to keep your Garmore support. That's something that you're going to have to ask yourself. The reprint GBT10s have calmed down there at 5s. I mean, it's not spectacular for a price range, but if it's not massively expensive, then, I mean, Garmore having value isn't really that major. I mean, this deck still has an issue, and it's still named Chaos Breaker. So, just something to consider. Like, if you have these and you're holding them for some reason, I would just drop them off at 45s and see if someone buys them. Amnesty Messiah, we've been following this one too. They're still sitting at 20s on the rares. GRs at 22s. To spend the $2 extra and pick up the super shinier version, you'll feel better about yourself. And then for some reason, the secret rares haven't budged much. They're still sitting at 51 for lowest, and then jumps to 55. Chaos Breaker, this thing is also still holding at 120. Granted, like I said earlier when we started this video, you don't max out on the number of this. This is purely just for Rogue at the moment. It's something to consider, but their numbers have been very stable. Still sitting at 25 over here, and then regular regular 13s are still sitting at 8s. Nothing too spectacular going on over here. Reprint 1 at 80, or at 20. And then, of course, the full arts from RCO1 do not exist in the market, and Deluge and Crisis are not being listed so far. Alright, moving on along to more important things over here. Breakdown on the latest stuff. Chrono Dragon Gear next, still sitting at 54, slightly going down. Of course, Stillwaters is still holding at that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful $65. Someday we'll be able to pick up a set for cheaper. V-Busters, literally everything in this set is still holding. Luard SDR is still 25. Revolts are down to 20s if you want to bling out Claret Sword for some unknown reason. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Anastasias have dropped a little bit. The SGRs in this set are not bad right now. Either Luards, if you had waited a little bit, got cheaper. Ooh, what's this? Regular Stillwaters are disappearing from the market. Huh. Wow. Someone came through and bought these up. Alright, cool. So Stillwaters are disappearing slowly. Arcas are still holding at 13s. Is that like the only buyout looks like we're going to catch this week? Probably. Supremacy. Heliums are still holding. So someone's buying out Stillwater. Congratulations. Terrible idea, but typically if it's an inset, if it's something that's in circulation, removing X quantities of it never seems like a really good idea, especially now. But I mean, someone must think that OTT is going to be really popular if they're pushing it, this hard. So it is what it is. Alright, onwards to 11. Exceeds still sitting at 75. SGR Ganslots are 45s now. Moroccan SPs are down. Nori SPs are going up even more at 50s. These have been holding 35s. These were relisted at sitting at 30 now because there was that buyout bunny ears last week. Evan ears still sitting at 35s. But has it really been... 11 hasn't been touched much since the Blaster Blade Exceeds were removed from the market, forcing them to go up way more. I agree with whoever bought them out that they shouldn't have been that cheap. Regular Noris are still 15s. Yeah, not much else chilling over here, honestly. Tirus are still 30s for the SPs. Nothing else still too spectacular going on over here. Fighters Collection. Matarasus they're not 23 anymore. That's good. They've calmed down a little bit. Blazing Burst is under 20. These are under 15. These are still sitting at 12. I would still be paying attention to Lacus Karina. I say this every week that if you're planning on playing anything Link Joker, that you might want to make sure that you have your set of these because they could spike. Because Jinx Stealthfiend was, a lot of these were removed from the market during the time of when this deck was projected to be the best, and there's already not a lot of Lacus on the market. Palace Athena's down. This is something you might want to watch too for more support. And Closer Dragon's down as well. I don't think there's anything too spectacular in here. Galleon's down. Beyond Order are down. This is still 5, which isn't even bad at all. Sandy's down, but we'll probably spike when we get more support next year for Bermuda. And Guard Leader of Sky and Water, Ihona's actually holding. It's not bad. The set calmed down a lot. RLR stuff still kind of sitting where it was. Oh wow, there's only one Negrosonger SP on the market. That's interesting. Dragoot's still holding at 45. Regular Dragoots are at young 25. Nothing too exciting going on over here in this set. I figured there'd be a lot more activity. You can pick up Tommy the Ghosties for 12s. That's actually not bad. You want your Tommy Stride Fodders, now's your chance. Moving on along, Savage Guardians are holding at $10. It's about what I was expecting for this set, to be honest with you. I don't know. There's the whole Tachi support thing at the moment. Like, this is actually ridiculous. Savage Guardian SP is 75. One on the market. Market was 40, so take it for what it was. Gaea Emperor, a lot of people like, Rob, we talk about Gaea stuff. Well, let me tell you about Gaea. I think it's a whole lot of fucking just hype right now. You know, these were sitting at like 20. This isn't really that much of a shocker. Paris Launcher's at 4, literally. And then, of course, their big one is a Gluttony Dogma over here, literally at $80. This is just a joke. I believe that you can still pick up, I believe there was one SP that was on the market cheaper than this, but this is pure nonsense. Just be patient. If you want to build anything Gaea, let the community get the Gaea type train out of their system. Let them realize that Gaea isn't as spectacular as they think it's going to be, and then, you know, people will genuinely start listing the stuff later. This is just people coming through for some reason. You gotta remember, Vanguard's a game where a lot of what's available on the market is very small, only because a lot of stores don't invest in the singles for this game, and a lot of stores don't buy product, unlike Yu-Gi, where there's just infinite of it. Literally, you know, doing buyouts in Yu-Gi are much harder than doing buyouts in Vanguard, and that is without not saying much. Alright, I lied. Dogmas are at 150s for the SPs. This is stupid. Just hold out and be patient. Overlords, what's going on over here? X's are still holding at 30s. Greats, SPs are still 20s. 20s on these. Break Rides, $45 for hot stamped the legends. Oh boy, we did it. This is stupid. So ridiculous on hype trains. You know, I'm afraid to see what triple R's are going. Just because Drachma and the Purge and all the new fancy support has came out, you know, people are really hoping that, like, this stuff is going to get amazing. It's so ridiculous for Overlord support right now. No movements on the aces, of course. What are regular legends going for? We'll get to them eventually down here. Overlord legends are 15s for regular. This used to be the price of the hot stamp. We did not do it. That is so broken. Karma collectors are starting to move. You have 18s on these. For regulars, you can just buy the GBTO3 SPs for cheaper. That's so sad. Yasui support starting to get a little bit ridiculous. Tenmas are at 35s for SPs, 25s for the other SPs. Revelations are 20s, Gomas are 20s SPs. Revelation of the Trial or Stealth Rogues 23s. Rogue Revelations are 3s, and then Stealth Rogue of the Trial is 10. Nothing to be too spectacular there. Harry support's starting to move. SPs are 20s on regular Mass Magician Harrys. Mass Phantom SPs are 20s going up, and then Mass Phantoms are at 17s down here. Moving on along here, Defeat Flares 30 across the board. You should have been watching these. We made mention of these a little while ago. Nikki SPs are getting bought out off the market, 35s. Petros SPs are at 30s. And just something to note, one of the people in Vanguardian said you should consider picking up Deadly support. Well, I believe Geronimo's getting a reprint. I could be wrong, but I mean 5s, SP Deadly Emperors, literally everything else is just super cheap, just to kind of give you a little flowchart here as to what's going on. So Deadly stuff's not doing too exciting. And then Asha, since we're getting blue Asha very soon, regular Ashas are at 30s. They've been kind of holding there. Just kind of consider the nice bling feel here. Ranunculus hot stamps are at 15s. And then everything else for Ashas is kind of floating in between here. Dollars on those. Something to consider. And then last but not least, Night Rose, still kind of holding where she's been. Night Rose SPs are at 30s. This deck kind of lost a lot of value. It's kind of sad. Still holding at 4s on these. Not much else to really mention there, guys. So guys, that's all I got for Market Watch for you guys this week. Please feel free to leave a comment down below, as I am not perfect and I often miss things in the community that is going up in price. Tell me what you guys think. The hype train and hype never really ends. Alright guys, I'm out. Deuces. That's not all, card fighters. Please subscribe for more Cardfight Vanguard content. Please remember to check out imcol40 for Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and please check out imcolgames.com, my store, along with No Limit Gaming, NLGTCG.com for all of your guys' trading card game needs as well. Until next time, guys, remember to hit that subscribe button. Later.